Hello, captains. Hello, hello. Oh wow, I actually hit the record button. That was actually just like a test opening. But hey, what it do? What it do, guys? What it do, man? What's going on? You chilling? You alright? We're here to do a Dragon Ball Super chapter review for chapter 35. Brought to you by your president, Manu, Saiyan Z3. Mana, brought to you by Mana. So yeah, bro, this chapter was actually straight trash, though. Straight trash. Actually, before I get into it, I want to comment on a couple things. Yeah, work's been sapping the energy from me, which is why I haven't really been uploading shit. I got Yakuza 6 though, so as per with all my other Yakuza games, really only 0 and Kiwami because they were on the PS4. Couldn't do it with 5 because it was on the PS3. I'm gonna be sharing that shit. I got God of War. I'm probably gonna be sharing that shit too. My friend's going to LA for a month or two, so I won't be able to play Goddessy. Sad face. And I won't be able to play the DLC for Zelda. Double sad face. But yeah, that's how I'm spending my time. I'm watching Lupin the Third Part 5 and Megalobox, obviously too. Both are really solid right now. Nothing's like really mind blowing as of yet, but yeah, Megalobox especially because I think I might like JD more than Joe. I probably, I mean, definitely like just from from the gate, I definitely don't like Ivan more than, or not Ivan. What am I saying? Yuri more than Rikishi, and I forget the trainer's name. I actually know. I probably like him and Danpei like pretty much, yeah, about the same. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much about it. Did I the manga? I mean, manga is like One Piece. I should probably talk about Hunter x Hunter in there. I mean, I don't know if I was thinking about making a Hunter x Hunter video, but it's like off now, so fuck it. But yeah, let's keep this to a Dragon Ball Super. Oh, and another thing is like, so a lot of like the Dragon Ball Super, I see like a lot of like the deflection of the criticism of it going like onto Dragon Ball Z, and I'm just like sitting here face palming because clearly people don't know how to equate situations and scenarios equally or fairly, and then I like for the Jiren versus Hit in this chapter. I saw people were saying like, "Oh my god, it was way better in the anime." As though Hit versus Jiren in the anime was any good at all, and it's just like, shut the fuck up, bitch. You know. So it's dumb shit like that. Like basically, it's just back to whole fuck Dragon Ball Super. But the other thing is like, Dragon Ball Super's been over with for like a month now. Like I'm over that shit. Okay, let's just it, it, it's garbage. Okay, let's just why would I spend any more energy just trying to like criticize the shit out of it? Actually, no, that's not true because I still need to make my Universe Survival Arc analysis video, which is coming along by the way. So people have been asking about that, right? And it's been a month since the anime's over, but let me tell you, like it's 40 episodes, bro. Like when I did the Zamasu arc, when I did the Versus Universe 6 arc, the Revival arc, all that stuff, those are either self-contained movies or those were episodes that were under 20, or those were arcs under 20 episodes, so I could like summarize them a lot easier. But this arc was over 40, so it's a lot of shit, you know. I mean, that's almost like 2/3 the length of Dragon Ball GT for it's 66% of Dragon Ball GT, for example. 66% of FMA Brotherhood. So for me to like summarize that in one arc, it's hard shit, you know. So I'm still working on that. So, but that video is definitely coming. I just got to the part where I think I got to like so I've summarized everything like in a concise manner, right? Up until I think like episode 198, some shit like that. I don't know, 98, 99, 100, one of those episodes, and yeah, so yeah, because a lot of that shit was like the recruitment stuff, and I had a lot of stuff to say about that. But yeah, so that's where I am right now. But yeah, let's talk about the manga. So this chapter was actually like garbage. Like it was literally like garbage. There's really only one good thing that I could say about this chapter, and even then, it's not even like a major thing. Everything else was just fucking awful to like look at. So yeah, let's start with the good stuff because yeah, let's start with the good stuff. So the only good thing that I have to say about this chapter was how Jiren knocked out Hit. So the way Toyotaro drew Jiren knocking out Hit, I actually kind of liked because it looked like It looked like something from One Punch Man. It looked like a Saitama punch, like the position of Jiren's arm, like when he fucking punched Hit, right? The way that he did it, he was like boom, like this, like this. It's such like a gag, like Saitama-esque punch. So I like that. Of course, I don't like the fact that Hit was actually knocked out, and we're gonna talk about that. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about some of the other stuff that the chapter like fucked up on. They may not. So like when Goku's fighting Dispo and Toppo, somehow he's a Super Saiyan 2 and he's doing fine. But if you guys remember Chapter 29 of Dragon Ball Super, Toppo alone was much stronger than Goku at Super Saiyan 3 and at Super Saiyan God. So how the fuck is Super Saiyan 2 Goku just keeping up with Dispo and Toppo? And you know, maybe they're not going all out, but again, whenever you use this kind of like explanation, you actually, it's on the onus of the author to actually like explain or show that they're not doing that. You know, you can't just draw them like fighting like normally and saying like, oh, they're you know, they're not going all out. You know, you gotta, or unless it's part of like some plot reveal later. And really, like how he was doing with Jiren in this chapter was fucking stupid. He's like, oh my god, Jiren's actually holding back all this time. It's like, oh, no, of course he is, bro. What the fuck you mean? So yeah, that was bad. Goku yelling out his name because he doesn't want to be a nameless warrior. It's like, I'm not some nameless warrior. I'm Son Goku. Is like, oh god, fuck Toyotaro for that. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, he wants to make Goku, like, I don't know. Toyotaro just does not get Goku, man. I'm sorry. Actually, no, that's not 100% true, but it's just like, it's situations like this, it's just like super shonen-esque, and it's just like, come on, man. Like, yeah, I know Dragon Ball is the founding father of modern shonen, but it did have its, like, anti-shonen, or, like, its non-shonen-esque ways, and it seems like Toyotaro just can't grasp those things about Dragon Ball. Hit is able, so then, yeah, Jiren's about to knock him out when Goku does that, but then Hit kicks him, right? So, this is the third bad thing about this chapter. I don't understand why Hit didn't kick Jiren, like, he didn't eliminate Jiren, right? Because, so, Jiren's about to eliminate Goku, and then Hit saves Goku by kicking Jiren in the face, but what I don't understand is, like, why he couldn't eliminate him. Now, the obvious answer is, obviously, plot, right? Jiren is, like, the end-all, be-all. He's not going to be fucking eliminated from a fucking hit from Hit, right? To expect any less is... To expect that is just, like, you have to be like, really young, or you have to just be, like, really stupid. Or you just have to have no grasp of fucking literary techniques and writing. Techniques in general, for you know what I mean. So to expect Hit to eliminate Jiren like at that moment is, come on, like, you got to be kidding yourself. No one has been eliminated, you know, or no one's really been eliminated, all this stuff, right? So the obvious answer is plot, but it's just like, it's so stupid, you know. It's just like one of those things that you would be, it's like, okay, if he can kick him from there, then why the fuck didn't he like blindside him and eliminate this bitch, you know? Because he kicked him like far away, so it's just like, come on, you know, do some shit like that. But anyway, Hit's skirt, that's fucking retarded. And the reason it is because, look, Toriyama is a person who, okay, so in the original, not just in Dragon Ball, but in anything that he's drawn, right? I've always said that the three things Toriyama in his prime always drew the best were machinery, right? Like anything that is like mechanical, like a gun or a vehicle or some shit like that. Machinery, clothing, and animals. Those were the three things that Toriyama was, in my opinion, out of all the shit that I've read, right? Dragon Ball, Dr. Slump, Kajika, Jocko, Sandland, you know, Kintoki, like all these stuff, right? The three things that are universal across all his work, the three things that he draws the best, in my opinion, are machinery, clothing, and fauna, animals, right? And so, this, looking at Hit's clothing, right, even when it first appeared, like in 2016, like 2 years ago, right, it didn't, like, it looked Toriyama-esque, but it didn't look prime Toriyama-esque, you know what I mean? Because just the way that it looked, the thing about, like, Toriyama clothing, right, is, like, you always wonder, like, how, like, someone wore that shit, right? You always, yeah, like, it looked, to me, it was always something that looked, like, good, like, it fit. It looked, it fit the character, and it fit, like, you could actually, like, wear that. And with Hit, Like when I first saw that in the Universe 6 stuff, I wasn't sure like how the fuck you'd wear that, right? Like even something as like Nails clothing in Dragon Ball Z, like with the scarf and all, you could imagine like you could pull that shit over your head and like tighten it around your neck or whatever if you were into fucking like BDSM or some shit like that, right? But even like the Kaioshin, even Boo's, right? Even Boo's clothing, all the clothing, like I always understood like how someone was able to like fit that shit on, right? Even fucking the Ginyu Force, even the Android 17 and 18, even Mercenary Tao, even even Android 19, that's some with like those fucking Buffy, Goku Black, like all these dudes, right? But Hits was like the one that I never could understand, right? And so obviously like Hit has like purple skin, right? But all the other stuff was obviously clothing, right? Like the purple stuff, and then like the purple and blue things that he has like on his clothing, right? He has like elbow coverings, he has like knee coverings and some shit, right? But so the fact that he just has to press like whatever button is like, so that's a belt, right? And I assume like the belt like keeps the skirt like around him. But it's just like why is he wearing a skirt? Like that's just fucking retarded. If anything, it's wearing like a long ass trench coat. That's what it, to me, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Right? I'm pretty sure like this whole skirt thing is Toyotaro, something he came up with it on his own. Because there is, look, Toriyama to me, even though he's fucking senile as fucking, he's completely lost it. Well, not completely, he's like 90% lost it. I mean, there's still a couple good stuff that he's done in Super, but the fact that, like the trench coat, it seems like if you look at his clothing, it like goes down the middle and you can like zip that shit up and then, you know what I mean? Like the skirt, quote unquote, the skirt seems part of the, I'm not going to call it a skirt, it's a fucking trench coat. Right, so the fact that he can just press this and it goes away, like why is that even there? Like I don't understand, right? And then it shows like Hits wearing like some sort of like fucking like tight ass, I don't know, like Vegeta like skin. It's not skin, but it's like clothing or something around like his pelvic area and his thighs and shit. And it's just like, what the fuck is that? It's so stupid. So yeah, I mean the skirt and like the vest being different it's fucking stupid. It's a long trench coat. I don't care what anyone says. At least in the anime, it's a long trench coat. He takes it, he wears that shit, and he zips it up, and then he puts like the fucking elbow and knee coverings on, and then his boots or whatever the fuck they are, right? And I'm sure that's not how, so. Anyway, I'm sure that's not how Akira Toriyama would have intended for his clothing to work. So yeah, that was dumb. Krillin's commentary is just as annoying and prevalent, like in the Anime. So yeah, that's stupid. Hit using his new, and I don't know if this is necessarily a bad thing, but Hit using his new move, that like his little time lag. Yeah, it's called time lag. It was very reminiscent of Piccolo using the Makanko Sapa on Raditz. It was like pretty much like the same exchange between Piccolo and Goku that Hit and Goku were having. And again, the only reason I say I'm not sure if it's bad is because like it seemed like the flow of that scene, it was like natural and organic. Like it didn't feel like a offhanded like homage for nostalgia's sake. But on the other hand, it's just like Super has been trying so hard for like that nostalgia callback, not only in the anime but in the manga too. So it's just like, oh, here we go. Here's another fucking callback in Super, So I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if it's good or bad, but Goku not choosing to team up with Hit to defeat Jiren and save his universe, because he wants to attain a new form. That's trash writing, since Hit is going to be eliminated. Yeah, he's going to be eliminated. So even when he didn't team up against Cell and Boo, he still worked together and accepted help in the end, like with the Genki Dama, or he helped Gohan. He taught Gohan how Cell fought, like when Goku himself fought Cell, and then he helped him achieve Super Saiyan 2 and told him to like kill him now, and then all this stuff. So the fact that Toyotaro doesn't understand that Goku won't do that anymore, or Goku is capable of doing that, but he won't do it in the situation, is fucking stupid. Yeah, so him not choosing to team up with Hit to defeat Jiren, and the other thing that makes it bad, like what I said, like literally like 30 seconds, 45 seconds ago, is that this doesn't work anyway, because this is a fucking tournament, man. Like, if Hit is gonna fight Jiren alone, right? If Hit's gonna fight Jiren alone, then why are you not gonna help him? Like, the dude's gonna be eliminated later. If Hit fights Jiren now, like, even if I'm a character like who's participating in Tournament of Power and I saw Hit going to fight Jiren, and I just witnessed a conversation between Goku and Hit, I would know that either Hit or Jiren is going to be eliminated. Like, one's not going to allow the other to, like, get away or some other shit like that, right? So, it's not like Goku should know that, but of course Toyotaro is fucking stupid. And so, yeah, I also want to talk about Hit. Hit's already eliminated in this chapter. I know Super sucks, so I should have expected it, but I just cannot see a character like Hit being treated the way he has in Super. I cannot see Hit being treated like that if this was actively being written by Toriyama back during the 90s and in his prime. If Toriyama were still writing the original series during its original publication in Shonen Jump, and Hit was a character that was prevalent and existed in the original Dragon Ball series, I don't think like how Hit has been treated in Super would be either the anime or the manga would be how he was written in the original Dragon Ball manga. So let's take a look at Hit in Super's manga. He beats Vegeta, right? Then it's revealed in Universe 6 that he really ain't shit against Goku or Vegeta as a Super Saiyan Blue, right? And now his only other shining moment is this shit, this fucking chapter? Hit's a fucking bitch in the manga, okay? Now in the anime, right, he's not a bitch, but he's just fucking written, or his powers are just like fucking, like, they don't make any sense, right? First of all, he gets like fucking self-improvement during fighting. That makes no fucking sense, right? 2, right, he has like this pocket time dimension, like fucking King Crimson from Part 5 bullshit. I don't know how, and there's really no way to explain like how it works. Like he stores time like in another pocket dimension or some shit. Fuck out of here, right? And then he has like this whole fucking trash characterization when he fights Jiren, is like where he's like, "Oh, Kafla, this is your job. The Saiyans of Universe 6, this is your job and shit." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, my job is to keep Jiren like from doing anything else." And it's just like, get the fuck out of here. And then this is the other thing, right? Like during that fucking anime episode, I remember I forget who it was. It was like one of the prevalent Dragon Ball YouTubers. They were like Hit at the end of episode 110, right, which was that Dragon Ball special when Goku goes Ultra Instinct for the first time. Hit telling Jiren that he's working. So Hit tells Jiren that he in the anime he has like this line, like he has this line of like, "I'm working," right? And I think I commented on this when I did my episode review, but it's just like that that line is so fucking stupid. But a Dragon Ball tuber, I forget who it was, right? They were fucking retarded for saying this, but one of them said like this was like the best one-liner in all of Dragon Ball. Hit telling Jiren that I'm working. First of all, Super's dialogue sucks, right? Second of all, I'm working, bitch. Hit is not even. He's fucking like an assassin. He's not even trying to kill anyone out here. What the fuck are you talking about? Third, that shit wasn't even that like. It was just like some one-off fucking scene. It's not like it wasn't animated well or anything like that. You know, you'd expect like for something with like a cool one-liner for them to have like some sort of like cool like animation effect or something, right? I'm not asking it to be like fucking Goku versus Jiren 24/7 animation or anything like that, but it's just like, come on. It's just like the most like cheap ass fucking what's the word? I can't even think of the word because I don't know. But it's just like, yeah, Hit's fucking trash in the manga, and in the anime, the dude is just like, is not written well, period, right? And his portrayal, yeah, so yeah, with his retarded pocket dimension, time ability, and self-improvement, yeah, all that stuff is like fucking bullshit for him. But basically, the point that I'm trying to drive home here is that, you know, yeah, Super sucks, but it's just, I'm so disappointed that such a cool character like Hit was wasted in both the anime and the manga. And Toyotaro, he really sucks with so yeah, Hit. I'm disappointed in Hit, and he's really not. Considering that he's eliminated now, like Hit really ain't shit like in Super. I don't know. I don't know if I'd necessarily. I mean, the only reason that I'd say like he's one of the good things in Super, right? And when I say good things, I'm like very 50-50 about that. It's just because of like his character like description. This is a 1,000-year-old assassin, right? And he's a very quiet dude, and his pose and he has the ability to control time, right? That sentence that I just said is like the only reason that I would even like consider like Hit to be like a positive from Super, right? As far as like the actual characterization and how he's portrayed in both the anime and the manga, fuck no. Fuck that shit. It's fucking garbage. And I feel so bad for like his voice actor because he deserves better too. The dude's like a very talented voice actor, Kazuhiro Yamaji. And the final thing that I got to say about this chapter, which I was going to say, which I already was saying, was that Toyotaro really sucks with the reactionary stuff. Whether it's Krillin being shocked that Goku's ineffective, or that Beerus is being like, "What is that idiot doing?" when he can't do anything against Jiren. All that stuff is fucking stupid. So I already said that Krillin's commentary in this chapter is just as annoying and prevalent, like how it is in the Anime, right? But Goku responding to Hit's elimination, that was bad. All the reactionary stuff, like Toyotaro just sucks at. It's just needless and wasted space, right? He always feels the need to put in dumb panels that the character's not saying. So what he'll do is like he'll take a character, right? He'll draw one panel of them, right, in this pose with like some sort of look on their face, right? And they're not saying anything, right? It's just like a straight panel of like the character's face, right? And they're not saying anything, and then the next panel, right, would then the next panel would then them being proceeding. The next panel would then, I'm trying to like word this properly. The next panel would be them would be the panel would proceed to show the character saying something next. So the first panel would be them like being like silent, right? Some look on their face, no dialogue. Second panel immediately after would be then proceeding to say something. So like an example in this chapter would be like Belmont when he was responding to hits and elimination, right? He was like, so he's like on the bench like this, right? Just looking at like with like a very smug smile, and then he goes like, you didn't expect Jiren to be beaten by an attack like that, right? Or he says something along those lines, and that's what I'm talking about when I say that Toyotaro just doesn't understand like how to draw like character reaction or appropriate character reaction to shit. And if Toriyama was doing this back in 1989, 1990, wherever, 1993, whatever the fucking year was, he wouldn't do it like that. Toriyama would instead try to combine those two panels into one so that he doesn't waste space and movement and pacing. Toriyama didn't use wasted movement like that in the original manga, and so I just noticed that. That's just one thing that I noticed now, that Toyotaro just really fucking sucks at everything. All the panels where it's just like trying to express like some sort of like emotional state that the character is in. Every time he does that without dialogue, it just comes off as like fucking forced and cheap. So yeah. But yeah, point is this character, not this chapter in this fucking series is trash. But thank God I only have to put up with it like once a month now. So yeah, fuck Dragon Ball Super and fuck this chapter. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Oh yeah, before I go, I've been playing God of War and Yakuza. I haven't really been playing Yakuza 6 as of late, only because like I've been hanging out with my boy a lot, and he's going to LA, and I'm not going to see him for a couple months. So once he goes, I'll be able to spend more time on Yakuza 6 and God of War for sure. But God of War's movement is a little strange. As with most Western games, like the way that you move in a Western game just feels like it feels janky. Not janky. It just doesn't feel right. As though there's like too much slowness and weight behind the character, like when you hold like the fucking what's it called, the fucking left stick on the PS3 controller. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that, really. I mean, the combat's pretty fun. But yeah, I should do a stream one of these days. I'll think about it. Yeah, I'll probably do like some sort of stream or some shit, because now that my boy's gonna be gone, I'll have more time at home and shit. But yeah, work is like, dude, I'm like, I wake up at 7, I get home at 7, and you know, I don't really mind it that much. I mean, I'm making money. I'm poised to make more if I get or not necessarily get promoted, but if I go to like a different location, which means I can finally get the fuck out of here and shit, right? So yeah, 3 months, 6 months, I'm gonna be kind of on my job for the most part. I got a couple forms to complete and all that shit, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess this isn't really the time to talk about it, because I'm kind of tired. But yeah, the channel isn't going anywhere, that's for sure. I just got to be on my job more. That's all. But yeah, I'll definitely put out that Universal Survival Arc analysis for the anime. it'll probably be about as long as the other ones, if I had to guess. Again, I'm still not done like outlining that shit, just because like the sheer number of episodes is like a lot. But yeah. Anyway, fuck this chapter. Yeah, fuck this chapter.